Hey guys, I got another scrawlr. Let's open it up. Always rip the box. Every single time. It's not even... just destroying the box this month. Just absolutely obliterating it. Aha, I got that one out. Okay. What? Ooh, illustrating. I see a micron. I see a jelly roll. I needed one. I see weird sparkly hair. Print. Oh my goodness. This is right up my alley. Look at that. Look how cute it is. Look how cute it is. Oh. Ents and trolls and foxes. Ooh. Okay. Axion at Instagram. I have a cat walking around the room, making noises. Sweden. Beautiful. Cool. Move this over here. I think I just got spoilers, but what is it? What is it? It's a box. Mystery white box. Scrawlr sticker. PN. What's PN? Huh. Never had a PN micron before. And jelly roll, Sakura. 10. It's a fat one. Needed one. Thank you. Mystery white box. What is it? What? Miniature markers. They're so cute. Look how tiny they are. Spectra AD. Chisel. Ooh, is this a colorless blender? It is. It smells like a colorless blender. And chisel and brush nib. Ooh la la. They're so tiny. Like, grab on my... I guess they're just a little bit shorter than the Copic Chows. Oh, that's cool. We got a green, a yellow, or chartreuse, soft coral, and terracotta, and a colorless blender. I don't have a colorless blender, so that's nice to have. That's gonna be fun to play with. And our paper, it's very soft. I think it's marker paper. It's very thin. Let's look at this. So, Spectra, add markers. Brilliant color, less odor. I mean, the colorless blender was kind of stinky. Sakura Pigma PN drawing pen. Archival ink. Oh, durable plastic nib. That's what the PN stands for. Smooth drawing. Waterproof, fade resistant, no smears, feathers bleeding. And then Jelly Roll Classic and bleed proof marker layout paper. Okay. And what is the prompt? It's upside down. Woodland creatures. Oh my god, I'm excited. This is exciting. These are definitely woodland creatures. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to think about this one. Let me think good about this one. So I was inspired by the print that came in the box to do a smaller drawing, and I felt like doing 4 small drawings with markers I've never tried before would be a little difficult, so I just split it in half. The first thing I drew was a hedgehog. Now, my experience with markers is a little, not stretched or anything, but I originally used Prismacolor markers back in the US, and since moving to Sweden, they're not as easy to find here, so I went ahead and switched to Copic. I have the Copic Chows, so I can still have my brush nib, because that's what I'm addicted to using. Using these Spectrum markers was interesting because they were definitely made me think more of the Prism markers than the Copic markers. But that may have also been the fact that I was using marker paper for the first time in a long time. They were really juicy, and they were incredibly easy, almost watercolory, to spread around using the colorless blender. When I used to use the Prismacolor markers, I would buy this marker paper, and there's 2 sides. There was a slick side that was supposed to just keep it from bleeding, and then there was the papery side that absorbed a little bit more. And I became fond of using the slicker side to draw on because it gave me a lot more time to mush and spread the ink around. And it gave it a very watercolory kind of texture. It was definitely interesting using a limited palette. There was a brown and then like a flesh tone almost. The coral, but it really did kind of come out almost fleshy, especially once you use the colorless blender on it. So it's a little bit of a ginger hedgehog. I was excited to try the spiky texture. Like I said, these markers did remind me a lot more of Prisma style, but they were incredibly juicy, incredibly easy to blend. And honestly, I really liked how they felt in your hand. Because they were a nice handle, but I could see I used more than one in a hand at a time because I like switching between the markers pretty quickly. And I was able to do that pretty easily. The colors don't come out quite as clearly in the video as they are in real life. So it's a little more muted. The Micron pen. PN stands for plastic nib. And drawing with it made me realize how much I like the felt tip nibs. Like, I might like it better on less smooth of a paper, but it really did kind of feel like it just kind of skipped across the paper and I wasn't able to get a good clean line. I was more struck to doing a sketchy line, but it was called a sketch marker, so maybe that was the point. You could get very, very thin and a little bit wider pretty easily with the nib, so that was nice. The jelly roll is exactly as you expect it to be. It's a white jelly roll. As I said, I've been needing one. They're not as easy to find in Sweden as they would be just going and getting them at the, office supply store here, or in the US. So it was nice to just get one when I've been needing one for a while and go ahead and use it. And, do the edges and everything. It's very illustratory. Cute. Look at it. It's so cute. My ginger hedgehog. So the next thing I did is I wanted to try changing doing the markers second over the pen. And that's because I didn't get a chance to really test it out. Versus, its ability to hold up to the markers. So this was me giving it a try. I'm drawing a little fox, sketching it out. Again, the plastic nib is a lot scratchier a lot more sketchy than I feel like it should have been with a Micron. I had a lot of cognitive dissonance issues. I tried to do some negative space with the pause, but I'm not sure how that worked. What I was not expecting when I finally did switch to stuff, I went to erase some of the little bit of pencil I had cheated and used, and the marker smudged, or the plastic pen smudged a lot. It might have been the paper. I haven't tried it on a different paper yet, but there was really just kind of a lot of little smudges, and that frustrated me and was the start of going downhill. Now I tried to add some marker, and it picked up so much of the pen. I mean, I should have expected that. It's waterproof, which usually means it's not alcohol proof. But I was not expecting it to lift and dirty the ink this much. It really added a desaturation, smudgy blackness. I will admit, after completing this one, I hated it at the time. Hated it so much. But looking back at it later, it kind of felt like I had done it on purpose almost. And actually kind of grew to like it. But that was after I looked at it for a long time. With the colorless blender, it is nice how far you can push the color. As you can see, along the tail, I can actually get a lot of color spread around with just a little bit. And then when I do the shadow under the fox, you can really, really, really see the smudging of the outline. So this one wasn't a complete loss. Didn't come out as clean and cute as the hedgehog, but it has a little bit of its own, texture and feeling. Grungy on purpose, I guess. Ooh-wee. Yeah, that was my feelings. But it's still kind of nice. So, all in all, pretty cute stuff. It was nice to have some markers and some marker paper again. It's kind of making me want to go and purchase some for my own use later. It was fun working with limited palette. It's very bright, especially that yellowy color. Comparing the two, like I said, the more I looked at the fox, the more I kind of liked the smudgy dullness versus, the obnoxiously bright hedgehog. Two very different ones. Not sure I'll ever necessarily go for the fox again, but what you gonna do? So overall, I quite liked the Spectra AD markers. If I ever run across them again, I may look into getting some more, but I don't know. They are nice to have. They are compact. They've, the size of a regular pencil rather than, I know the Prisma markers are huge, and some of the other brands are. So it was nice to have something that fit together. I'm not entirely a fan of the Micron PN, but it might find a proper use. Maybe it just didn't like the marker paper. And then good old Jelly Roll. Always good. Yeah. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today and watching my video. I hope you enjoyed yourself or learned something or, something or other. And as the mandatory YouTube way goes, like, subscribe. Yeah? Maybe? I don't know. I'm new to this. All right. Bye, guys.